Okay, so my first question to you is, what do you think influences children to start using substances or smoking weed or just, anything of that nature?
Me personally, I feel like it's peer pressure, man. A whole lot of their friends, they don't really know. And then they take the advice from their friends that don't really know.
Hello, I'm Dominique Thompson, man, and I just want to welcome you all to my city, Louisville, Kentucky, and to my neighborhood, City View Apartments, otherwise known as Village West Projects. So come on, let me take you through. You know, we got kids around here. We got some of the kids. As you can see, we really don't have playgrounds, so we're trying to empower the community, build more playgrounds, have something for the kids to do. Although we do have a library, and we do have a YMCA right across the street here. Okay, here's some of the residents, here's some of our young residents of the neighborhood, and this is basically our future leaders of our, of our next few generations. And I just want to get a couple of their opinions and hear some of their voices about what they think about what the problem around the neighborhood is. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask y'all a few questions. Put the camera on them. Okay, now, how many of y'all know what marijuana is? Okay, how many of y'all family uses marijuana?
Please one.
Okay, so do y'all think that y'all will use marijuana in the future at any time?
No.
Why is
Kill
that?
you.
It'll kill you?
It messes up your lungs.
Cancer?
Your lungs.
Okay, do y'all know what pills are?
Yes.
Do y'all know what kind of pills that y'all people take?
Tab.
Tabs? What else?
Molly.
Molly? Do y'all know what those things can do to you?
Kill you.
How?
I put a disease in you.
They can definitely put a disease in y'all. They can definitely kill you. You can overdose on those type of things. Let me see. Now, do y'all have cousins, that's like teenagers, 15, 16, 17-year-olds?
Yes.
Do they take any drugs, pills, marijuana?
Yes.
Okay, so what you think influences them to take these drugs?
I'm gonna follow them. You end up getting shot.
I'm saying, what you think influences children to take drugs?
They mama and daddy.
Their mom and daddy?
People
Anybody else?
around them in their neighborhood.
Okay, that's some good answers. So, okay, let me ask y'all one more question. This is my last question. What do y'all think could be done to stop the children from using drugs?
I don't even know. That's good.
Just say no.
Or
You
just
think
take it
that
out.
works for a lot of people?
Don't let it allow to grow and stuff in certain places.
Okay, all right. Anybody got something else?
What?
All right, then you can stop it. So yeah, it was just a few opinions, from people that's living in the community from all different age groups. Even though we're not done, we have more to come. I'm really anxious to, really hear what people have to say and, what ways people are willing to help to change this problem, should I say. Well, I'm kind of glad that the young children know what can happen to them if they use drugs. Now I see that they are aware, you know what I mean? And even the youngsters who's not as young as those children, they know and they are aware, of how people start smoking and what it takes to smoke and use other drugs and stuff. So, it's a pretty cool experiment out here. Come on, we're gonna keep this thing moving. Let's go, man. Yeah, I continue the empowerment of the community. I have more people, that's willing to speak out against the use of substance abuse by children. Okay, so how do y'all feel about substance abuse with you?
Kids should not do drugs, period. If you see grown people out here, what we going through and how we got to deal with this and how people act, you shouldn't even do it. It ain't even worth it. That's all I got to say. It ain't even worth it.
Okay, so what do y'all think influences children?
What influences kids?
Yeah.
No attention at home, the streets, seeing people doing it outside just because other people like, it's cool, bro, I'm butter.
Right.
Thinking that that's cool, and that's what make other people want to do it. Like, he's cool, he
Right,
does it, so
right.
I can do it. Everybody's tolerance is different. Everybody's lifestyle is different. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't afford to get high.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do y'all think should happen, can happen? Oh, no, y'all good. You good. You ain't got to have nothing from the camera. But what do you think is ways, to prevent youth from using drugs?
Keeping them away from people doing it. And like having, like if it was arcades out here for kids to go play and stuff, won't nobody be thinking about smoking. If it was more better opportunities like rec centers and all that when I was kids, I ain't never think about smoking. I ain't think about smoking until they start turning down Southwick, they tore down the rec, all that. I ain't have nowhere to go, nowhere to play. So my next best thing was to get high. Because there was some fun that everybody was doing, so that's what I did. I started out smoking blacks, and then it went to weed. And now it's just weed and black. So.
Okay, so do you think like enforcement or like people who hold positions around the neighborhood, you know, should have anything to do with it?
Yeah, people around the neighborhood could help by keep on talking to the kids, letting them know like what's the bad outcomes of it when you do smoke or whatever you doing, like whatever drug you are doing. But if you enforcing somebody to do something, that's gonna make them want to do it more. When you keep telling somebody, don't do this, don't do that. It's just like if your mama tell you, don't try to be like everybody. You still gonna try to be like everybody just for the simple fact you want to fit in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why most people do it, because they won't fit in.
Okay. You can pause. Okay, so my first question to you is, what do you think influences children to start using substances or smoking weed or, you know, anything in that nature?
Me personally, I feel like it's peer pressure, man. A whole lot of their friends, they don't really know. And then they take their advice from their friends that don't really know.
Okay, here we are, you know, with our final contestant, our final interviewee of the project or the empowerment of the community. I just want to know, what do you think are some influences for children to use substances or drugs?
What are some of the influences?
Yes,
Well, one thing is peer pressure. If they see other juveniles or their peers using drugs, they think that it's a cool situation to do that. Actually, that situation is not doing anything except for destroying their body, their soul, and their spirit. Because drugs is nothing but you could say it's a stimulant to make you feel good for a certain amount of time. But after that stimulant wears off, you're back in the same place.
Right.
So, you know, drugs can be used for like depression or medical issues. But I think that our majority of our teenagers and youths nowadays, they're not really what you would say a person that would love to, you know, to just keep doing drugs constantly. It's just a teenage peer pressure. They see one person doing it,
then they want to do
they want to do it because, you know, it's like playing a game of follow the leader. You know, they think it's cool, but it's not cool. Actually, they're damaging, like I said, their body, their soul, and their mind.
Right.
Because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. It's the strongest part of your body, is your mind.
Okay, so do you hold a position in the community where you feel like you can help make a change?
Yes, because we are trained to help the youth in this community with drug problems, educational problems. I mean, we're sort of like a counselor here at this community-wide. This is why this is a family community YMCA, because we do have programs to help the youth.
Okay. Last but not least, what was the last question I was going to think? So besides, you know, you all having this, you know, this safe place or this community-wide, what do you think are some other strategies to help reduce, you know, the risk or just to help reduce the amount of children or teenagers that's out here using these type of drugs? So what are some things do you think that we can do to help reduce, you know, the fact that teenagers are using drugs and other substances?